Okay, so this question tells us that the curve, our original curve, which was y equals to 3e to the 2x minus 7, and that's this curve here, meets the line y equals to 3 over e. Now you'll notice 3 over e is a constant, so this line is going to be a horizontal line at a point M. The tangent at point M meets the x-axis at the point P and the y-axis at the point Q. Find the area of the triangle OPQ where O is the origin. Okay, that was rather confusing. So it always helps for us to just do a quick sketch. And you guys can do this on your GC, but I'm just going to do a much more rough version of it here. So this is y, this is x. Our point, our original curve, y equals to 3e to the 2x minus 7, is going to look roughly something like this. Something like this, right? What about our other curve, y is equal to 3 over e? Well, that will look something like this. It will be a horizontal line cutting about here, so this is y equals to 3 over e. So what about the tangent then? Well, let's take a look at the tangent from this point. The tangent is going to look something like, that was terrible, something like this, right? Sorry, it's a bit messy. Now, this tangent meets the x-axis at the point P, so this point here is the point P, and the y-axis at the point Q, so this is the point Q, and we're told that the origin is the point O, so what we're actually being asked to find is the area of this triangle in here. So that isn't too hard to find, right? If I have, all I need to know is find out what is the coordinates of this point, and then I can use my formula. Area is equal to a half times base times height. And that's just the area of a triangle, right? So this question isn't actually too difficult. The trick to it is finding the equation of this tangent line. But this also isn't too much of a problem. How are we going to do it? Well, firstly, we're going to find the x coordinate, right? So we know that here, the y coordinate is 3 over e. So what we want to do is project down and find out what our x coordinate is going to be. So we know it lies along this tangent, but it also lies along this line. So I can just substitute this in for my y. So 3 over e is equal to 3e to the 2x minus 7. 3 cancels out, so e to the negative 1 is equal to e to the 2x minus 7. So minus 1 is equal to 2x minus 7, and thus we get x equals to 3. So this point here is actually 3. Okay, cool. So now I've got my point, which is going to be 3 over e. Now I need my gradient. So again, I'm going to differentiate, and if you remember from the last part, the derivative of this is actually equal to 6e to the 2x minus 7. So if I evaluate dy by dx at a point x equals to 3, which is what we've got, what do I get? I get 6e to the 6 minus 2 times 3, which is 6 minus 7, so negative 1. So this is actually 6 over e. Interesting. So now let's find the equation of this tangent line, my tangent. I've got my gradient here, and I've got my point here. So I'm just going to put it into my formula. Y minus y1, which is 3 over e, is equal to my gradient, which is 6 over e, x minus x1. So I rearrange this. I get y equals to 3 over minus 3 over e is equal to 6 over e x minus 18 over e. Move this over. Y is equal to 6 over e x minus 15 over E. So this is the equation of my tangent line. So I need a bit more space, so let's just remember this. Y is equal to 6 over E times X minus 15 over E. Y equals to 6 over E X minus 15 over E. So now I needed to find these points here, right? Sorry, let me just redraw this quickly. This point here, P, this point here, Q, this point here, O, I know this to be 0, 0. Right? So what do we know about at P? Well, we know that the Y value is equal to 0, and at Q we know that the X value is going to be equal to 0, and they're both going to lie along this line. So what are we going to do? We're just going to substitute it in one by one. So when Y equals to 0, what do we get? We get 0 is equal to 6 over E, X minus 15 over E. So 15 over E is equal to 6X over E. This E is going to cancel. Divide 15 by, so X is equal to 15 over 6, or X equals to 2.5. Or 5 over 2 if you prefer. So this coordinate here, P, is actually 2.50. Okay, well, what about if X equals to 0? Then what happens? Well, then Y is equal to, this whole thing becomes 0, negative 15 over E. Easy, right? So this one is 0, negative 15 over E. Right, so now we just have to find the area of triangle OPQ. Well, what's this distance here? This distance is 2.5 or 5 over 2 units. This distance here is, well, I know this is a negative, but the distance then is going to be 15 over E units. So my area is going to be a half times 5 over 2 times 15 over E. So what do I end up with? I end up with 75 over E units squared. And I'm done.